Hello and welcome to War Sales, the new DLC for Bannerlord. We're going to be playing in the Sandbox mode today, and if you'd like to check out the DLC, there is a link in the description. Add it to your Steam wishlist, and well, obviously then you're going to get notified when it is released. And I am extremely excited to try this out because we've got some... the naval combat. The naval combat is so fun. We're going to play as the NORDs. They've got insanely good bonuses, in my opinion at least. I feel like they only have bonuses. I don't think this is really a big penalty at all. Armies that are commanded by a NORD commander lose 30% more cohesion on land. Might be a problem for the AI, not so much for us. And we're going to go for the default looking fellow right here. And we're going to be playing with a lot of very nice naval oriented perks, because these are the new trees. We've got Mariner, Boatswain, or Bosun. Someone said it's Bosun, and Shipmaster as well. So we're going to be attempting to increase those as much as we possibly can. And we also don't have to really worry too much about the attributes either, because attributes actually do have an impact on a variety of these things, because we have no new attribute, right? There's no new, there's no extra thing like intelligence, social cunning, endurance, control, or vigor. All of those have a certain impact on one of these, right? On one of these perks. Really, really very, very smart the way that they've done this. So we are going to increase our Mariner once again. Going to get some more renown because we really want to do that. Let's go for age 40, and indeed we are going to just do a wonderful little bear right there, and we're going to call ourselves Bertolt. That's our family name. Thank you very much. And our character's name will be Borgar, because of course that's what we always do with our Viking-based characters. And we are playing with fast mode. Fast mode is just accelerated gameplay. Not entirely sure what it does. I know that it just says accelerated gameplay, so it probably means additional experience, but I don't know what else it does. So we're going to obviously find that out as time goes on. We will auto-allocate, and stealth will just remain on this, and yeah, all of this. And we've already arrived in our first town. I'm going to show you the map in just a second, because obviously this is the new map. It has been completely reworked. You can see that the rivers have been widened as well, and you can literally take your ship on these, and you can, well, land pretty much anywhere you want, and then you can literally go and raid a village, and then go back on your ship and do this wonderful, cool stuff. Yes, it's going to be great. It's going to be super, super fun. Now, one thing that I've noticed about the NORDs is that they only have 4 towns. That's going to be a little bit dicey, because obviously a lot of the other factions do have more places to kind of run away to and stuff like that, but obviously the Nordic territory is quite large, so maybe it's going to be a bit more difficult for opponents to fully eliminate them than we think. Anyway, I have leveled up, obviously, so we're going to be attempting to see what we can do here with our first perks to spend. I'm probably going to be going for a minus 30% cost to ship upgrade. That's probably going to be what I'll go for here. I'm going to actually increase my Mariner skill quite a bit, athletics skill quite a bit, because we are going to be going onto the ocean waves as soon as I possibly can. It's going to take me a little bit of time to get there. I'm going to go for two-handed as well, because I do want to go for a big two-handed axe. There are some amazing, unique two-handed axe in this particular DLC added, and they are going to be extremely, extremely fun to play with. I am going to be going for cunning skill as well. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me refresh that real fast. I need some roguery skill. That is something that I definitely need. So we will just do something like this. There we go. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's go for some cunning. I do want to get cunning leveled up a little bit. And let's go for a little bit more in vigor as well. And I think I will need some endurance too, but we'll see what we're going to do with that a little bit later on. There we are. Okay, so we do have 14 looters already. Okay, well, I'm not sure if I really want to go in against that just now. We are going to try to recruit some more people first of all. I have taken a look at the ship costs, and as far as I'm aware, the ships actually cost around 18,000. That's the ones that I have seen, at least. I'm not sure if there are going to be more expensive ones or cheaper ones or anything like that, but the ones I saw were 18,000 gold, which I have to admit, I feel like that is not that expensive. I feel like that's going to be pretty easy for us to afford, but obviously that very much depends. Actually, I need to make sure that we have some fish here, so I am going to go right back in and actually purchase some. Oh, yeah, whoa, that's actually quite expensive. All right, let's get some I'm just going to get some grain instead. What do we have? 18 days worth of food. Okay, that should be absolutely fine. Now, there is actually a quest here. Wait a minute. There's a quest. Let's have a look. Needs grain. You need grain seeds. Is he serious? Okay. How many do you need? You need 30. 30 bushels of grain? Okay, sure. 30 bushels of grain. I mean, it's going to be rather funny. I can literally go over here and buy some grain. Look at this. This is a literal grain village right now. This is going to be hilarious. I am going to be taking a look a little bit more in depth at the perks in just a moment as well. But I just want to complete this quest first. And we need, what is it, 30? We need 30? Okay, yeah, we're going to be getting basically nothing for this in comparison to, this is pretty bad, actually, that you have enough grain to complete the quest, yes. Well, we're going to be getting some really, really nice relation for this, but we're not going to be getting that much in the way of cash, which is obviously going to be a little bit unfortunate for us. But let's just take a quick look about the task you gave me. Here you are. There we go. We did gain a lot of charm skill. That's good. That's really good. Yeah. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Unfortunately, he didn't give us any money. He didn't give us any money? Oh, dear. Okay. I'm playing on hard mode by the looks of things, friends. Yes, because they've just taken all my food as well. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, I've got 7 days worth of food. Okay, 7 days worth of food. Maybe I can participate in a tournament? Is there going to be a tournament available here? Ah, there are some looters. Okay, that's absolutely fantastic. Let's go there instead. Let's see if I can maybe do that. I only have 22 gold in wages, so I guess it's not that bad. Maybe I can't. Oh, there they are. They have disappeared into the forest. Okay, let's actually see. Are they faster than I am? Let's have a look. Yeah, come on, get back here. Get back here. For some reason, I can't see. Yes, there we go. We are actually faster than they are by 0.1. So it is going to take me a little bit of time to catch up to them. There is a hideout here as well. Unfortunately, I will not be able to do the stealth hideout until we have over 25 troops, which is going to be a little bit unfortunate. But as you can see, we do start with a horse. I have a spear, and obviously these fellows, they are supposed to be, well, they are troops that are definitely going to be used primarily on the ocean waves, because they're actually much better at being on the ocean than anything else. As you can see by their icon here, you see this little wave icon right there. That means that this infantry is better while on the ocean rather than on foot in a land situation. And I believe that the Nords all have those kinds of troops. Yeah, they only have, as you can see right here, they only have mariner troops in comparison to other factions. So we're just going to be going for Nord warriors here. There are Nord Huskarls available, by the way. Nord Huskarls are available. They are going to be extremely, extremely strong. And I am very much looking forward to getting my hands on those as soon as possible. It's going to be extremely good. Super fun in actual fact. So there we go. We've killed our first looters. Yes, we've killed our first looters in war sales. Now, if only I could do that on a ship. Yes, hopefully we'll be able to do that relatively soon. Okay, so we have free focus points. Well, I can't do a bandit hideout yet, so more roguery is probably not going to be super impactful here. So I'm thinking we're probably going to go for a little bit of extra riding skill, because we are apparently playing with a horse. I wasn't really planning on playing with a horse, but I think early game it's kind of necessary, because you're going to need a little bit more mobility. It's really going to make a big difference. I'm not going to sell the looter here. I'm actually going to sell the looter to a tavern or something like that. I'm not going to convert him, should I say. Needs help with brigands. I'm probably not going to do that either. We're just going to go over to the town. Bear in mind, obviously, it is going to take us a little bit of time to get to certain places, because obviously the Nordic territory is very large. That's the reason why it would be a nice idea if we could earn enough cash to be able to get a ship as soon as possible. It is going to take us a little bit of time to do that, though. Let me actually see if I can just sell all of this. I think I can. Yes, there we go. We're getting 308. Sumter horses are only 71. That's actually really cheap. Huh, very surprising. Okay, yeah, let's do something like this. We are going to be making 209. Is the other... okay. The other town is actually quite close. I could potentially... Wait a minute. I wonder whether I can... Can I buy... No, it doesn't seem like it. I can't buy passage. I was actually hoping that maybe we could buy passage so that we could you know, travel from this town to another town relatively easily, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I'm going to show you the fleet screen, though. I'll show you the fleet management screen because, I mean, let's face it, you know, that's what we want to see. So you can see here that we have a longship, a light longship, and then you have a NAR. NAR is, I think, the cheapest, which is at 13,000, as you can quite clearly see here. And the longships are, you know, basically upwards of, what, 36,000 or something like that. And then obviously you have the light longships as well. And they all have different stats and stuff like that. And don't worry, we are going to get there. Oh yes, we are going to get there. So let's actually just do a little bit of something here. And we are going to be taking a look at the perk trees. Now, if you don't really care about the perk trees or anything like that, and you don't care about what the perks do or something, then you can just skip ahead in the video, and I'll probably put a timestamp or something like that on the screen so you can actually, you know, just know exactly when we stop talking about the perks, alright? Anyway, let's go. So, Mariner, what do we have here? Well, we have 25% increased melee weapon handling. This is, in my opinion, extremely powerful. You're going to be also getting plus 30% increased loot from defeated merchant convoys. This is, in my opinion, amazing. This is probably going to be the perk that I will take once I actually have the opportunity to level up Mariner skill. And then Rolling Thunder is the other one, which, in my opinion, it doesn't really do super hardcore amount, but it does make archers much better, and it does allow you to convert prisoners faster, so that's nice. Then you have Brute Force, 50% kicking and bashing damage. Yeah, I mean, if you're using the kicking and bashing, then, I mean, good for you, I guess. I mean, it's not really for me. I'm not really very good at using those kinds of things. Then we have Forceful, which does increase your shield hit points. My shield, I don't know about you, but my shield never really gets destroyed unless I am probably already going to die. So I'm not sure if this is really going to help me that much, but decent nevertheless. And then we have Axe of the North Wind. Now, this is probably what I'm going to be taking because I'm only going to be using Nordic troops in this. And we are going to be using plus 20% damage dealt by axes as well, because of course, unique axes that have been added by the DLC, they're going to be extremely fun to use in my opinion. And then you have Sunny Disposition, which is the alternative to that, which does provide you with additional damage dealt by swords, as well as providing you additional morale for regular troops at the start of battle. So that's just for regular troops. So if you're someone that is just playing regularly and you don't really care too much about Mariner troops and you're not using Nords specifically, then you can just take Sunny Disposition instead, and then you can have a good old time with that. And then you have Enemy of the Wood here, which has a minus 10 morale to enemy for each ship destroyed in battle. This could potentially be, it could be quite strong. It very much depends on how many ships are in the fight and how much morale the enemy has when you actually begin the battle. That's going to make the big difference there. Then we have Naval Fighting Training, which is just literally all about, you know, leveling up your party companions, and well, that's pretty much it after each naval battle as well. So it's basically all about fighting, you know, on the ocean waves, of course. Then we have Rallying Cry, plus 20% morale boost for crew while on own ship. Okay. It's a little bit, I'm going to say it's a little bit strange, because obviously you are going to be, well, you're going to be boarding people, right? You're going to be boarding other ships. And so, you know, a 20% morale boost while on your own ship, I'm not sure if that really, I'm not sure if that was really that necessary. But, okay, well, whatever the case, the alternative is this, which I think is a lot better. Yes, this is, in my opinion, a lot better. As you can see here, plus 20% to morale loss suffered by enemy ships in battle, and a minus 10% melee damage taken by crew while on enemy ships. I think that's fun. Ooh, okay, wow, these, okay, some of these are actually insane. This is an amazing perk. Look at this. Plus 50% armor penetration. 50. That is actually incredible. That is very strong. And plus 50% armor penetration for melee weapons wielded by your crew as well. I mean, really, how can you say no to that? And then you obviously have plus 50% armor penetration for ranged weapons. And the same for your crew as well. That is actually amazing. I think there is, isn't there a perk that actually increases your armor penetration? There it is. With two-handed, you can see here, look at this, plus 25% armor penetration with your attacks. So if you have Vandal, which is 225 in two-handed, pretty easy to get. If you have that, and you also have Shattering Blow, that's 75% armor penetration increase. How can you say no, right? I mean, that's extremely powerful and very, very fun. Anyway, we have OR, which is surrendering pirate parties can be recruited. Well, that's pretty nice. And then a plus 15% experience gain after each battle for Mariner troops under the character's command. That is very, very nice as well if you're using Mariner troops only, which I think I will probably be. And then Pirate Hunter, as you see here, plus 20% bonus when crew is sent to confront pirates. So that's obviously auto-resolving. And then you have regular troops, which are gaining additional experience, which I'm probably not going to use, but it's still nice for other people that are not wanting to use Nords. And then you have Boarding Master, plus 15% melee damage dealt by a character when fighting on other ships. Yep, sounds great. That's very, very nice. And then you also have Home Turf Advantage. It's basically the exact same thing as what we had previously, but instead of morale, it's actually your melee damage, as well as your crew's melee damage. So I think that's really, really nice. And then you have Crew of Spears. Impale shields with thrown javelins, and throwing axes deal damage after if they break a shield. That could be extremely powerful. Obviously, throwing axes, I'm not very familiar with using throwing axes that much, but impale shields with thrown javelins, I'm not sure exactly what that means. I'm going to assume that, I mean, we know that javelins do impale shields, you know, already, but maybe, does it go through the shield? I'm not sure, but if it does go through the shield, then your throwing skill, your impale here, as you can see, javelins you throw can penetrate shields. If that is indeed the case, and it is actually penetrating, that is very, very powerful. This is a very, very powerful perk. And then you have, as the alternative, Better Cleave with two-handed weapon swings. Two-handed weapons lose 50% damage when they cut through the first opponent. Okay. Yeah, so that's basically just allowing you to cleave, which is extremely nice. I'm not sure about the damage reduction, really. I mean, minus 50%. I guess it kind of makes sense to a degree. Otherwise, the final perk in the tree is plus 15% range damage dealt by the character. Not a big fan of this. I'm not really going to be using that much ranged. I will probably be using throwing axes or javelins. And indeed, as you see, the alternative is plus 20% melee damage. And there you go. All right, so we're not actually going to be... I'm not going to take a look at the other perk trees just yet. I think that that's enough for now, because if you've stuck with me through the perks, then thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And then we are going to be moving on. Yes, we are going to be moving on, and we're going to see what we can do here. Because what I'm going to try to do is I need to get to Clan Tier 1 as soon as possible. That is what we really need to do. We either need to do that, or I need to get Athletics skill. I need to get to Imposing Stature. Yes, I need to get to Imposing Stature. So Athletics skill is going to be very, very important for us to get, which means I need to fight on foot. Alright, so unfortunately we are now in a battle at nighttime. I'm not a big fan of fighting at nighttime because it literally reduces visibility so dramatically, but there's not much I can do about that. We're just going to have to take it, and hopefully I can do some damage with my axe. And, whoa, okay, hello. I wasn't actually expecting to do that much damage, but that's very, very nice. I'd like to get more athletic skill, please. I need to get to 75, isn't it? I don't know, something like that. I think it's 75. That's going to be a little bit harsh, but it seems like I am actually able to win against these guys relatively simply. That's very, very comforting. And look at this. Look at my athletics skill. Wow, crazy. We're already at 36. Okay, that's really, really nice. And indeed, we've got one extra fellow here, which I should be able to kill maybe. There we go. There we go. Very nice. Gained a little bit of extra skill point there. We need to power level our athletics as fast as we possibly can. 2.1 renown for that, not too bad. We can get a Nord peasant for free. I guess that's kind of okay. Let's get some more Nord warriors. I'm not really going to be going for too many archers or anything like that. So that's obviously going to be a thing that we're going to try to, well, we're going to try to focus on that as much as we can. Let's get some armor, I suppose. Everything else is not so good. That's okay, though. We can literally just go away back to the town, and I'll try to find some more looters. Alright, so before we go into the battle, we should probably level up a little bit, shouldn't we? So let's get wrapped handles. That's 20% increase to handling of one-handed weapons, and then we're going to be going for well-built. Well-built, it's just a very, very solid perk. Plus 5 hit points, plus 5 hit points to foot troops as well. So basically, you're getting a bonus. Everyone else is getting a bonus. It's great. It's very, very nice. So we're going to be getting another focus point in athletics. It's really going to make a big, big difference to us. And unfortunately, I can't level up any more of my troops right now, but that's okay. We've just gotten these guys, and I actually had to chase them for a little bit of time, but that's okay. We're now in the battle. Let's see if we can do some damage to them on foot once again. This axe is actually really, really strong in my opinion. I personally feel like it is extremely fun to use this axe, and I am very much actually going to lean into that a little bit more than I normally do. I'm not really usually an axe wielding person. I usually prefer the swords and stuff like that so that I can, you know, do some thrusting attacks and so on, and that's always very fun. But yeah, in this case, oh hello, I'm going to tell my forces to charge in here before I get killed by the stones. Let's be a little bit careful. I need my guys to come in here immediately, please. Thank you. I'm going to slowly move back. There we go. There we are. Okay. That should be fine. Okay, should be easy enough. Hopefully. There we go. Yes, yes. Not a problem, not a problem. I just need to get as many kills as possible. Unfortunately, it is going to be a bit of a struggle considering my forces are actually doing pretty nicely. They are actually quite, for some reason, I don't know why, but they're quite competent. Yes, they're for some reason quite competent this time around. Okay, there we go. That's it. There's the victory. We almost got to 50 athletics, which is pretty nice. As I say, we do need to get to imposing stature as soon as possible. We do have slings as well. That is a new weapon in War Sales. I'm not a terribly big fan of slings. I have to say, I feel like they're going to be quite inaccurate and a bit difficult to use, but that's just me. That's definitely going to be a personal problem. I'm going to be continuing to go with Swift Strike here, even though, to be blunt, increases damage with axes and maces. And as I said, if I am going to be using, you know, an axe or a mace, then, you know, to be blunt would probably be a good idea. But I'm thinking, no. I'm still going to go for that swing damage, that handling. I think that's going to be pretty nice. Ah, here we go. We've got some more looters. Hopefully I can chase them. We've got the same speed. It might take a while. Alright, so here we go. We got another one, and we're going to see if we can level up our athletics even more. I'm hoping to get about 60 here. Maybe 60 skill. It depends on if I can hit people and whether I can kill them effectively enough. Maybe I'll be able to, maybe I won't be able to. I don't know, it very much depends. My forces are absolutely on a tear here. They are doing so much damage. It's actually staggering. Oh, I did actually almost get to 60, surprisingly enough. Look at that. There's the victory. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I literally did almost get to 60, though. I'm kind of surprised about that. I thought I was going to have some problems doing that for sure, but there you go. Anyway, we're actually starting to get some pretty high-tier units, and I'm kind of a bit worried about our wages. Kind of a bit worried about the wages. Might start getting a little bit too harsh for us. Okay, so we got into another battle, and what we're going to do is we'll probably just take weapon handling again. I feel like armor weight is... you know what? Armor weight is really, really good, though. No. We're going to go for weapon handling once more. I feel like movement speed, when you're on a ship, because we've got to think about that, right? Naval combat and boarding people and so on and so forth, movement speed is not really going to be the best thing for you because there is such a limited amount of space to fight, right? So generally being able to, you know, maybe swing your weapon a bit faster, considering it is kind of close quarters as well. It is going to be a little bit dicey at times. That's definitely going to be a thing that we are going to have to look at. So, yeah, I think that's probably going to be the better play here, just to make sure that we get as much weapon handling as possible. Funnily enough, I feel like weapon handling, especially considering the first perk in the Mariner tree, is going to be exceptionally powerful for weapon handling itself. And that's going to be something that we are going to be getting, of course. And that's going to make a big, big difference to our overall handling too. So I'm not sure if it's really even necessary for me to go for so much handling. But there you go. There's another victory for us. Super, super easily right there. We did get to 62 athletics now as well. And I need to get to 75, like I said. Did I level up now, by the way? I think I might have leveled up, which would be very, very cool. We've got, ooh, date fruit. Wow, they actually sell for a very, very nice amount. It would be quite nice. Yes, indeed, I did level up. So let's get another point in athletics here. Let's get another point in endurance as well. I'm thinking I'm probably not going to be able to get to 7. I might be able to. I'm not sure. It's looking a little bit dicey right now in regards to that. But yeah, anyway, there is another town down there. I'm thinking if we want to start traveling to one of them and just fighting bandits along the way, because that might lead us to a much needed tournament. I'm not sure if it's really much needed, but it could potentially give us some pretty nice athletic skill, and indeed, we might even be able to win. Alright, so we can be really, really pleased about this. I mean, look at this. Look at what we're getting right now. I'm literally getting over 1,100 just from selling the random bits of loot. Obviously, the looters that we defeated, they literally had some trade goods, and that is actually the main reason why we're even getting anything here. Look at this. I could literally buy beer here, and I could sell it at Throndalag for 483. Which would be exceptional. I might be able to get some leather as well. What do you think? Should I buy some... You know what? Should we do some trading? I'm not a terribly... well, I'm not thinking that this is going to be the thing that I'm going to be doing most of the time, but I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe we want to do that. Maybe we should invest a little bit here and see what happens. Maybe we're going to get really, really lucky with this. Maybe it's going to be amazing. If it's not amazing, then, well... Then I will suffer the consequences, of course. Yes, that's probably going to be the case, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to take some beer too. I'm going to pay 700. Ooh. Okay, I might not even be able to make it back in time. Alright, so are we actually going to make it? Look at this. I am literally just almost out of cash. There we go. We are now out of cash, and boom. Wow, okay. That is, this better pay off. Oh, it is actually. Okay. Ooh, that was a bit close, wasn't it? That was a bit close for my liking. Okay, so unfortunately the beer is not selling for as much as we thought it was going to, so that's very, very bad. That is actually very bad. But the leather is saving us a huge amount. Yeah, the leather is saving us so much right now. So we're just going to sell all of that. That's going to get me 2,260, which I think is pretty decent. There was no tournament actually running at the other town, so I guess we're just going to have to be very, very saddened by that and, you know, just deal with it as best we can. And indeed, there is a balanced noble bow right there if we wanted to use a noble bow. There's also a crossbow here, too. I have seen some very, very cool weapons, and unfortunately, they don't have really that much right now, but there are some cool weapons in here. I mean, the Bardiche is obviously fantastic. Very, very fun weapon to use. But yeah, anyway, we're probably going to be just getting a couple more Sumpter horses. I feel like maybe let's get 5. I'd like to get a Step Hunter. I shouldn't probably get that now. Should probably not get that now. Just not yet, right? Anyway, minus 15% price penalty while selling equipment. That's probably going to be what I'll take, because while wholesaler is very, very powerful, I'm mostly going to be selling equipment unless I am going to be going on a pure trading spree, and that's not really what I'm doing right now. Well, it looks as though another looter battle is on our hands here. I'm actually kind of hoping... I did see some Sea Raiders beforehand when I was traveling to the other town, but then I thought to myself, you know what? I think that's probably going to be a little bit too dicey, maybe a little bit too risky for us. So I was like, yeah, no, let's probably just leave that for now, and we'll come back and see if we can maybe do something to them then. Because obviously my main purpose right now is just to level my athletics. That's all I'm really trying to do. Level athletics, try to get imposing stature. That's going to be the main thing that we try to do here. Oh, hello. Okay, look at this. This is the NORD tree, by the way. Did I show you this? Have I shown you this before? I don't think I've shown you this before. So here you go. This is the NORD upgrade tree for the peasant units. Not the noble units, but the peasant units. The noble units will level into, eventually, as I said to you before, NORD Huskarls. And they are obviously amazing. So... NORD Berserkers, I'm probably going to be going for these guys because they come with a Berserker Axe, which is actually two-handed. Not sure, actually. I'm not sure what's actually better, because on the one hand, you can obviously get people that are really, really good with polearms and thrown weapons. You could get a guy that's really, really good with two-handed. As you can see, he's using a Raven's Wing Axe. This is the thing that I actually wanted to get my hands on, because it is just so fantastic. It does 129 swing damage, which, as you know, that's quite a lot. That's quite a lot of a base. There's quite a lot of base value right there. Then obviously you could go for the NORD Berserkers. Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced with the NORD Berserker right now, because he has 80 in two-handed, and his two-handed weapon. Well, it says wait. A Berserker Axe. It says two-handed, but it has a class of one-handed. I think it's actually a one-handed. Okay, so never mind. If it is indeed a one-handed, then I think the NORD Berserker is probably the way to go. So I think we'll level up these guys into NORD Shield Biters, because I want to get shields, right? We want to get shields as much as possible. I think that's probably going to be the well, primary thing that we want to focus on. Defensiveness is actually very, very underrated early on because we want to make sure that our forces survive. Alright, so we're going up against some mountain bandits this time. Oh yeah, I'm very, very excited about this actually, apart from the fact that these fellows actually do have throwing weapons and they could potentially murder me very, very quickly. I have to be kind of careful about that. Unfortunately, they are they are much faster. Oh, they are much faster than I am, which is not very good. Maybe if one of my guys with a spear can do something, or no, maybe not. Okay. No, we're getting a little bit unlucky in that regard. Okay, let's just tell these guys to charge. Hopefully I'm not going to get killed by throwing weapons. Otherwise, I do have a little bit of HP, I guess, so I think we should do pretty well. Here, maybe? Yes. Nice damage. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, hello. Yeah, getting speared in the face. Not very fun. Okay. What do we have going on here? Nothing much. Okay, I can't even tell who's who right now because these guys have relatively similar gear to what we're using. Okay, there we go. That's dead. I need to... Oh, look, my athletics. My athletics is 77. Nice. Okay, that must be just literally the very small amount of kills that I just got. Very, very useful. Now you know what that enables us to do. You know what that... You know the reason? You know the reason why I did this? Yeah, so that we can go into hideouts. Oh, yeah. So we can go into hideouts. That's going to be so fun. All right, so there we go. We actually finally got our first Berserker there as well, which is really, really good. And indeed, massive amounts of loot. Actually pretty good. Pretty good. Not too bad, not too bad. And now, if we can make our way back here... I should then be able to go to that hideout in just a second, the Mountain Bandit hideout, no less, and actually see if we can do something in regards to stealth. Oh yes, stealth gameplay. We haven't seen any stealth gameplay yet, so we're going to be taking a look at that, and then we're going to have a look-see. Okay, so first of all, I want to recruit some people. I obviously want to level up and get imposing stature. That's going to give me +5 party size. Very, very important that we get that. Going to go for shield bearer here. That's going to reduce my movement speed penalty for wielding a shield. Not really caring that much about movement speed, but it's better than the other one because I'm not really going to be using one-handed on horseback that often, obviously. I'm primarily going to be using a spear if I'm going to be on horseback. So, yes, there's that. Anyway, I'm going to sell the date fruit there as well. Do I have enough? I have 15 days worth of food. Let's just buy a little bit more just in case. And now we have 2,800. Let's have a look and see what this is. Overpriced raw materials. No, that is not going to be the thing that I will take. Thank you very much. But still, it would be nice if we could get a task to eliminate the hideout. That would be exceptional. Ooh, we've got a random event. Nice, this is our first random event right here. Okay, as you enter the village, some of your men tell you that they found a group of what look like wild apple trees in full bloom by a stream. They'd fetch a fine price in the village market. It doesn't look like anyone owns the land, but you know that once they're discovered, a half-dozen claimants will press title. Yeah, okay, well, let's have a look. Increase morale by 5, increase reputation for being generous. Increase reputation for being honest, decrease morale by 5. Increase morale by 5, thank you very much. That's what we're going to do. Yes. Every single day of the week. There we go. And now we have exactly what we need to perpetrate. Wonderful, wonderful stealth gameplay. Let's have a look and see if I can... Nope, needs help with brigands. I could technically do that. That probably would count. Wait. Where's that guy? Did you see that guy? That vassal right there? I wanted to actually speak to him. Oh, wait. Can we actually get into a battle with these fellows? Do I want to get into a battle with these fellows? Not really, actually. Let's just get the brigand quest and we'll just do that. It will be a double whammy, right? I hope it will be a double whammy at least. Two bands of brigands. 550. Not sure if I really care about the 550. I guess it is kind of decent. It's going to take us to 3,000, which is not too bad. Hopefully this hideout counts. It doesn't. Oh, okay. It doesn't count? Oh, no. That's so bad. Okay, I was actually hoping that it would. Alright, so we're helping these villagers, and... Are these... No, these are ours. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Why are they spawning in front of us like that? Okay, yeah, anyway. Nothing to worry about. I found 2 bands of brigands. One mountain bandit, one looter, and they were fighting some villagers nearby. And I was like, oh yes, let's go into a battle against these fellows. We're probably going to have a great time. And this is going to be, well, this is going to be exactly what we need to complete the quest. Wow, I literally almost died right there. I literally almost died from that fellow's javelin. That would be very, very unfortunate. I am going to literally probably just ignore that guy for the moment, and we are just going to go straight for these fellows right here. I'm just going to continue trying to level up my athletics as much as possible, even though that's not actually even necessary any further, technically, because I already got imposing stature, which is exactly what I wanted. Let's actually just tell these guys to charge in now. Nice. Nice. More damage. Wow, yeah, pretty hefty damage right now. And indeed, we can eliminate those brigands. He's got a shield up. How dare you? How dare you use that shield? And there we go. We now have 83 in athletics. Wow, it levels up so incredibly fast. Oh, yeah, it's leveling up fast because of fast mode. Yes, because of fast mode. It's really making a big difference. Anyway, our relation, as you can see, is now increasing because we saved some of their villagers from being pillaged. And we are also getting a pretty decent amount of loot and some nice prisoners too. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, we got nice gloves, nice replacement gloves for us. And indeed, we will be taking the rest of that. There we go. Yes, I like it. Okay, so we're leveling up our charm skill too. I think I should probably get some focus points in charm skill. So I think I will probably put 1 point in that. Even though there are so many things that I want to level up here. Trade skill, not so much, but this is very useful in my opinion. Just the first perk, in my opinion, I feel like it's going to be, well, I think it's going to pay off quite nicely considering we only have 1 focus point in it. You know, it's going to make a pretty big difference over time. Minus 15% price penalty. I think it could be very, very useful. Okay, so first of all, we're just going to level up these guys. And we're gonna, well, I could sneak in now. No, we're gonna wait for nightfall. Now that night has fallen, we are going to be heading into the hideout for our first taste of true stealth gameplay. And this is where we are. All right, I am sneaking. Sneak mode engaged, and well, let's actually have a look here. Now, these right here, these little bush outcroppings, they can be used to hide yourself. I'm hopeful that this is actually gonna work because I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to mess this up, to be honest. But yes, it wouldn't be the first time, would it? It wouldn't be the first time. Okay, here we go. Nice damage, and look at my roguery skill, by the way. Roguery skill leveling up extremely fast, which is exactly what we want. I'm going to hide this guy in the bushes here. Thank you very much. He's going to have a nice little sleep. He's sleeping with the fishes. Haha, yes, because you get it. We're not underwater. Yes, indeed. Anyway, we are going to stealth this guy as well. Actually, not yet. I'm going to have to wait. There we go. Now I can do it. Maybe. Nice. There we go. And I think my guy probably shouldn't scream out when he attacks because he's kind of giving himself away a little bit. But I understand that he's a little bit eager, isn't he? He's very, very eager to do what needs to be done. And let's face it, I am as well, sir. Yes, I am as well, Borgar. Don't worry. I'm going to just drag this fellow back here, even though I'm not sure if that's really going to make that much difference. I think as soon as they notice that their lookouts have mysteriously disappeared, I'm pretty sure they'll be, yeah, they'll probably be thinking, oh no, I should probably go and investigate what's happening, and let's try not to get seen. There we go. Okay, pretty nice. We can just hide here. This guy is going to move over to the left, I assume. Yeah, I think so. I think I might be able to use his blind side to come over here. Hopefully he's not going to turn around immediately. No, it doesn't seem like it. That's actually perfect. And now we can drag this guy as well over into the bushes here. This is perfect. Now, funnily enough, I probably should have gone here first and attacked him when he turned around, but, you know, Let's make it more difficult for myself. That sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? Okay, there's that guy. He's obviously looking over here, so let's try not to get seen just yet. Technically, I could avoid this fellow, and I'm thinking I probably... Oh, we can actually see opponents. Ah, I see. Okay, wait a minute. Shall I try? I think I should try to stealth this guy, just in case. What do you think? I think I should. Let's go for it. Nice. Whoa, that's some big damage. That is some massive damage. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure if there is a benefit to... Oh, I can't take him in there. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm just going to leave him there then, I guess. I'm not going to drag him all the way over to a bush or anything like that. I thought I could hide him in the hut or something, but no, I cannot do that. Okay, so there's this guy. Wait a minute. Let's be a little bit careful because I'm not sure how close this fellow's going to get. And I feel like he's probably going to be coming pretty far up. Probably just a little bit further than where the bushes are over there, as you can see. And then he's going to stop. And then he'll turn around and hopefully we'll... Yeah, there we go. That's where I thought he'd stop. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Now we don't have to worry about it too much. There is another fellow right there, as you can see. There are actually 3 in close proximity, which is going to be quite dangerous for us. And this is going to be a bit of a puzzle. It's either we just walk on by... or we sneak attack. I think I'm going to sneak attack this guy. I'm going to sneak attack this guy too, if I can. Nice. Drag him? I'm not sure if this is going to be in time. I don't know whether this is going to be in time. It might be a little bit too slow. No. We were able to do it. Okay. The question is this guy going to have enough vision range to see that his other lookout has been eliminated? Because I didn't have enough time to do that. Otherwise, I would have had to deal with this fellow coming back. Wouldn't have been able to get the second kill. So, very, very intense. Well, we're going to see. He's probably going to see it. He's not. Okay, well, that's wonderful. All right, that means that I can literally just go and attack him straight away after this. There we go. And then we're going to have a good old time. No problem whatsoever here. Nice. All right, absolutely perfect. Okay, so we've only got 2 more enemies by the looks of things, I think, maybe. I'm actually not entirely sure. Whoa, okay, that actually seems a little bit dangerous. Seems a little bit dangerous for us. Oh no, this is bad. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is good enough for me to hide here. Is this good enough? I have a bad feeling. I have a very, very bad feeling. Is he gonna literally walk all the way over here? Oh no. I have a bad feeling about this. Okay. Did no one else? No one else? Okay. Whew. Okay, that was a little bit... I was a bit worried there. I thought I was going to have some kind of issue, but no. Apparently, no one saw that happened, so that's wonderful. And indeed, we can go over here and we can slay this fellow as well. Nice. Now all I have to do is interact with the thing right there. Unfortunately, as you can see... Oh no. This guy's being seen. The body was being seen. Did you see that? I think he was seeing the body from there. That's hilarious. Okay, let's just put him over here instead. I actually wonder how I'm going to do this. Because look at this. As soon as I come out, he can see me. Yeah, I might just have to rush for it. There we go. Ooh, that was close. That was very, very close. Okay. Hopefully they're not going to see me right now, and hopefully my forces will come in and actually help me. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we got my people coming in. I'm going to take out my falchion, I suppose. Oh, no, they've got slings. We don't have shields. Oh, well, I don't have a shield. Oh, nice. Wow, big damage from me right there. Big damage. Okay, I'm actually surprised. Very nice. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, don't die, don't die. We need to make sure we don't die. There we are. Okay, that is indeed a victory for us. We completely cleared out the bandit hideout. Unfortunately, there is still the bandit leader to eliminate. So we will be trying to take him down. I'm actually going to... I think I'm going to duel him. Let's do it. Okay, nice damage. Immediately. Nice. Can I do a little bit more? There we are. Nice. A little bit of a side swipe. Let's try to face away a little bit. Oh, his shield's already been destroyed? What? How did that happen? Wow, that's actually unheard of. But there you go. We gained 14 skill points in roguery. 14 skill points. That is incredible. The amount of roguery skill points you can gain by doing this. Oh, yeah. This is absolutely perfect. Very, very nice. This is exactly what we want to see because, no offense, but roguery is one of the more difficult skills to level up. It is pretty easy to level, and I'm contradicting myself, obviously, of what I've just said, but what I'm trying to say is it's easy to level in as much as it just levels up passively, but it's very slow. You know what I mean? You need a lot more time to level it up. Obviously, I am playing with fast mode on because I wanted to try it out and see what it's all about. And I actually think it's really, really cool. Now, we can indeed have no rest for the wicked here as well, which is going to get us 5% increased raid speed, which obviously we're going to be doing a whole bunch of sometime soon. We're going to take power 4 in athletics skill, and we're going to probably be taking trainer. Usually I'd take duelist because I'd be doing a bunch of tournaments and getting double amount of renown from tournaments. That's going to be extremely good, obviously. But the other component of it, which is the plus 20% damage while wielding a one-handed weapon without a shield, I am always going to be using a shield. So it's probably not going to happen. So trainer skill, or trainer trainer perk in this case, is definitely going to be the case. Well, definitely going to be what I'm going to take here. Now, the question remains, do I want to spec into more roguery skill? I think I should probably spec into more roguery skill. That's probably going to be the play here, yes. Because what we ideally want to do is we want to gain as much cash as possible, so much so that we will be able to afford a ship, and then we can start raiding merchant convoys, and we can start raiding villages, and we can do all this crazy cool stuff. So I'm very much looking forward to that. If I can just get back down to this town, then I'll be able to sell all of the prisoners that we've gained. I can sell all of the loot as well. Not entirely sure how much we're going to be getting from that. I did get to 25 in Steward as well now. There we go, 536. Not too bad. 536 from that. And indeed, oh, this is even better. Wow, okay, this is actually pretty crazy. This guy is a very, very good companion. Hello there, sir. I'm going to take you for 544. That is very, very cheap considering. And we're going to see exactly, I'm going to show you exactly what he's got, because he's got some really, really good stats. He's got some very, very good stats. So we're just going to give him some random pieces of gear here, just to make sure that he has something. You know, I don't really want him to run around in, you know, terrible, terrible stuff, even though he is actually just running around in terrible, terrible stuff. There's not much for me to really do about that, unfortunately. I could buy him a weapon. Do I want to buy him a weapon? Maybe. I'm not entirely sure if I really want to. In the grand scheme of things, I could buy him a Star Falchion. That's 1,700. No, I'm not going to buy him one of those. I think I'll probably... The pirate boarding swords, they're not that good. They're not that good, unfortunately. I am going to purchase, I think, one of these. This is the axe that I'm using. Yeah, this is the axe I'm using. So we're just going to give him that, and we'll sell everything else that we can. So this, I'm going to give him the shield. There we go. I'm going to sell all of this. And there we go. We're making 326. That's really not very good, but that's okay for now. We're making 600, actually, because we just sold a couple of goods, but that's fine. Okay. So he is actually going to be our scout, I think. He's going to be our scout. I mean, we do have 24 in scouting. He could be our steward, though, as well. That's the thing. Do we want him to be a steward, or do we want him to be a scout? The question is a bit difficult. As you can see, 89 steward, 123 scouting. He does have 51 medicine as well, and 35 engineering. He's actually not even bad. He's pretty good. I think we're going to go for scouting. We'll go for scouting because he is just... I feel like he's a lot better at scouting. Obviously, if needs must, we could switch him. We could switch him to steward. And then we could, you know, have a lot more a lot more troops. And, you know, that would obviously make a pretty huge difference in certain situations. But at the moment, I feel like we don't really need that. So maybe we can just leave it out. Let's try and catch up with these guys in just a second. They're moving at 3.5, so hopefully I will be able to catch them sometime soon. I think I have like decimals on them or something. Yes, as you can see, there we go. All right. We can hopefully take down these forest bandits. Forest bandits are, well, kind of dangerous, actually, all things considered. So I'm not a terribly big fan of fighting them. They are, well, maybe I'm just having nightmares from Warband. That might be the that might be the case here. Because forest bandits generally tend to have very high bow skill, despite being bandits. And they can be very, very damaging that way. This horse is way too slow, especially in the snow. So we are probably going to be getting off that, thank you very much, and we're just going to be doing some damage normally here. Yeah, we're going to just do a little bit of something. Oh yeah, these guys are, I just said it, they're all ranged. Why am I holding position? No, shouldn't be holding position. We should be charging them. We should be charging them immediately. And as you can see, all of our shields are just completely eating the arrows, which is exactly what we want. And hopefully our companion will be able to get a couple of kills in the meantime too. That's going to be fun. Alright, nice kill. Oh, don't get shot in the face. Don't get shot in the face. There we go. Nice. A little bit of damage there. Never hurt anyone apart from that guy. And maybe we can eliminate these guys too. This guy definitely has a lot of experience for us right here. Yep, that was a fully fledged forest bandit. And I can't even tell who's who right now in this particular conglomeration of people, but there you are. That's absolutely fine. We don't have to worry about it too much because we have achieved victory. 1.4 renown. I actually don't even know how far away we are from Clan Tier 1, but that is really going to make a big, big difference. Once we get to Clan Tier 1, everything is going to come into play. Oh yeah, you best bet. Everything is going to come into play. Let's have a look. Okay, we are 11 renown away. What's the best way for me to get renown? I should probably go and fight some Sea Raiders, shouldn't I? So, some Sea Raiders. Here's the hideout that we passed by earlier when we were going to the other town. And this is where we're going to go now. And we're going to seek a greater challenge. Okay, so we're up against a couple of looters here. And I mean, I say a couple, but there's actually 35 here. A pretty significant number. So I'm hopeful that we'll be able to get some pretty nice renown for this. I don't know whether it's actually going to be the case, because let's face it, they are just looters. But this is going to give me some pretty decent experience too. As you can see, we're already leveling up athletics really, really nicely. And indeed one-handed as well. Unfortunately, my athletics is still not good enough to kind of chase after these guys. And indeed, well, pursue them successfully enough to kill them, but there you go. All right, we did manage to get 3 renown. Look at that, 3 renown, pretty nice. And we also plundered 514 gold. Really, really good. Let's level these guys into NORD berserkers even further. And we've got some legendary arm wraps right there. Yeah, I don't know whether we really wanted those. I guess we could give them to this guy. This is, I mean, come on now. 3 protection isn't really going to save him in the grand scheme of things, but I guess it's decent enough to just get it, you know, just get that. Okay, so this is where we currently are. We're almost there. And indeed, did I level up? Yes, I did. Look at that. I did level up. So let's get 1 more point in medicine. We are going to need medicine. Obviously, preventive medicine is one of the best perks in the entire game. And yeah, we're going to definitely need to... We're definitely going to need to get our hands on that. Okay, so we got Sea Raiders all over the place here, but a lot of vassals in the area too, which is not exactly great. But look at the scouting skill. Have you noticed our view range, our vision range is so much longer? We have so much vision over everything here that I'm now able to very, very easily track whoever we want, basically. Yeah, these Sea Raiders are going to be kind of difficult to track down, so it might take me a bit of time. Or never mind. Okay, I actually thought it was going to take me some time, but apparently not. No, apparently not. Apparently they just slowed down dramatically over the course of our chase there. Alright, because these are Sea Raiders, I'm thinking we're probably going to play it kind of defensively, but I also feel like maybe we should just go straight on in. We do have a bit of an advantage thanks to the fact that they only have 15. We have a lot more troops. I could just outnumber them immediately. They do have some people in the back there that are using ranged solutions, which would be, well, they would be yes, it would be quite damaging and kind of bad for us to get hit by them. But yes, let's just tell them to charge anyway. And I'm hopeful that we're going to get some chainmail for this. Chainmail, please? Chainmail? Maybe we'll get some chainmail? I don't know. Maybe we'll get something like that. It wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, these are just... yeah, these are forest bandits, as you see. These are forest bandits, so we're going to have to be a little bit careful with them. Don't get shot in the face. Thank you. That guy right behind me is actually trying to do some sneaky stuff, but that's okay. I'm just trying to interrupt all of them as much as possible. Nice. Good. Okay, that actually went a lot better than anticipated. I thought I was going to die there for a second because we were just surrounded by enemies, but no. We should have more faith in our forces. There we go. We got 3 renown once again and another couple of prisoners. Very nice. Let's level these guys up once more. I don't really want to convert anyone right now. Ooh, very nice. Okay. Never mind. Okay. These are decent thrown weapons, but they are certainly far away from anything that I would want to use. Unfortunately, I'd love to be able to use something with about 80 to 90, maybe even 116 damage. You can get some of those in the end sometime in the future, but yeah, this time around, not going to be using these, even though they would be kind of decent, I guess, to use to level up. Maybe, I don't know. Generally, I feel like if you can't kill an opponent in one hit with a thrown weapon, unless you're using throwing axes, of course. I'm mostly talking about javelins here. So javelins generally are supposed to kill enemies in one hit. That's what you're trying to do, because you have so few of them that you really need to be aggressive and effective with minimal output. So that's kind of the deal there. Anyway, how much renown did we actually get for clearing out that bandit hideout before? Did we actually get a lot? I'm actually not entirely sure how much renown we got, but let's try to do a forest bandit hideout this time, because we were doing a mountain bandit hideout before, and this one is going to be a little bit more, well, a little bit tougher. Alright, I have a bad feeling about this, by the way. This is, I mean, I can hold Alt to see where the enemies are, which is obviously pretty powerful. However, obviously in this situation where there are many different places that they could be hiding, and, well, I mean, they do hold, I guess they do hold torches, so I guess it does kind of make sense that, you know, maybe we could see them from that perspective. Okay, I'm just going to try and stealth this guy straight away. Boom. That guy is going to see. That's okay, though. That's actually fine. Just wait. Watch what happens. I'm going to actually show you what happens when a guy detects a body, right? So they're going to enter investigation mode. Now he's in aggression mode. So basically he's going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to attack anyone I see. Look at this. I'm looking around. Do you see anyone? And he's not going to see anyone because I'm hiding in the bushes. Yes, and then he's going to reset, as you can see right there. And now I can sneak him as well. Boom. There you go. That's actually a pretty good strategy, technically. We could potentially use that quite often to lure opponents into places that might be a little bit more dangerous than we'd like, you know? We could lure them away, or should we say, away from that situation, and then we could take them down. That would be quite useful, potentially. But let's see what happens. I mean, obviously, we do have a number of people over here. I could hide behind this obstacle right now. He's going to turn around any minute, isn't he? Okay, I'm going to have to do this. Yep, there we go. That was close. I mean, he didn't actually see us, but a little bit sooner, you know, and yeah, he would have seen us very, very easily. I'm not in a bush here, so it could be quite problematic. Let's just see if I can get him. No one else is nearby, so that's great. Boom, there we go. Okay, we're not really leveling our one-handed or athletics that much anymore, probably because we haven't put any more focus points in it, so we are probably going to need to do that. Is there anyone else nearby? Doesn't seem like it. Alright, we can probably just make our way down here. I'm trying my best to do as much damage as possible so that our forces are going to have an easier time. I am actually going to get seen by this guy, potentially. Is this not a bush? Apparently that's not a bush. Okay, he's dead. Yep, no, that's absolutely fine. Alright. I was worried there for a second, once again, but no. As long as this guy doesn't raise the alarm, I think, yeah, the rest of the bandits are absolutely fine. Okay, this is great. That's actually a really, really nice system because that is realistic, you know? It's realistic for an opponent if they are eliminated far away from the rest of them, for the rest of them not to know that he has been eliminated. So, yeah, that very much makes sense. Let's see if I can actually catch up with this guy real fast and try and take him out before he gets into a place that we cannot murder him. And there's the final one. Okay, this actually went extremely well, surprisingly well. In actual fact, I'm kind of weirded out by that, to be honest. Nice. Now we can interact with the bonfire. There we go. Let's call our troops. We will call every troop in the world. And we will then... Yes, there we go, there we go. I'm actually wondering if I could I have continued? I might have been able to continue and actually eliminate more of them, but I'm not sure if that's actually the case. It would have been cool to find out. Maybe I'll try that sometime in a future hideout or something like that, when it isn't so imperative that we win, because it is quite imperative that we win right now, in my opinion. Let's try and eliminate this guy. There we go. I'm kind of hoping to get some kills here, but I guess it doesn't really matter as long as I get the renown. That's all I really want right now. Renown is basically the king here. And indeed, we are going to get some of these guys. I'm actually wondering, should I just tell my forces to charge in? I feel like telling my forces to charge in would probably be the way to go here. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, go guys. I don't have shield, so I'm going to just merge into the... Ah, that's really bad. That's what I was talking about. I don't have a shield, so I was just going to kind of, you know, merge into the background here. That would have been extremely bad if I had died there. Because that would have failed the entire mission, you see? That would have failed the entire mission. So that just goes to show, sometimes you just want to take the duel. There you go. Another 9 skill points in roguery. Actually fantastic. Very nice. We only got 1 renown for that. Kind of unfortunate, but the monetary gains, the currency gains that we're getting from this, I think is actually going to really make a big difference. We're also getting relation with notables and things like that, which I guess is okay. I mean, obviously charm skill, we only have 1 skill point in that, 1 focus point in it, so I guess it's all right, you know, it's not too bad. And indeed, what we can do is we can do two-faced, which allows us to now have a 50% increased chance to sneak into towns, which I think is probably going to be quite useful. Maybe later on down the line, maybe when we're doing some raiding, because when we're doing raiding, that's obviously a crime, technically, right? So that's probably going to make sense. We're also going to be going for Surging Blow here, which is going to get us a damage bonus while on foot. That's obviously much better than Bracing Charge, because if we took Bracing Charge, that is primarily for fighting on the fields of battle where there are horses. But when you have a ship, there are no horses. Of course, there are no horses. So, yeah, there's that. Anyway, we are going to... I should have taken a look at these two villages, actually. But, yeah, there are a lot of tasks around this area, so it might make sense for us to actually look around and actually see what's going on, because we may, in fact, have a bandit hideout quest or something like that, which we would then be able to complete quite quickly and pretty easily. So maybe that would be an idea. I don't know. But at the moment, I think we're looking pretty nice. I'm going to be... is this actually... Oh, this is used for increasing speed. That's really nice. Let's buy one of these. That's going to make a huge difference, by the way. That is really going to make a big difference. Okay, so the task here is not so good. What about the task for this guy? Can I actually... It might be a bandit hideout. That's the thing. I'm gonna commit to the pursuit of this particular vassal. Maybe we're going to be able to do it. I am... very close. 3 renown. I wish there was a tournament here, but unfortunately there isn't. Okay, we're going to have to move over here and actually see what's going on. Is she... Okay, wait. He? She? I don't know what it is. Oh, no. Oh, dearie me. Okay, 650... Okay, never mind. Okay, I just had to wait a little bit. Okay, so let's speak. Hello there. Hello there. I would like to discuss something. I would like to... wait a minute. Okay, apparently you don't have... You don't have a quest? I thought you... He doesn't have a quest. Wait a minute. His quest just disappeared. Did you see that? Okay, he's scamming us right now. He's scamming us. Absolutely, 100%. That is pretty terrible. Okay, needs help with brigands? Nope, that is not going to happen. Yeah, we're going to have to see if we can find another task. Maybe, or we could just find some sea raiders and fight those. Ah, we have a random event. Our second, in fact. As you come into town, the merchant Juvi the Tanner makes you an offer. Or Juvi? I don't know. Local merchants are on edge awaiting an incoming caravan from Myzea. If you claim that you found its wreckage, looted by bandits, the prices of goods would rise considerably. He offers to pay you 1,000 dinars, in addition to whatever extra you can make by selling your own wares once the prices rise. Okay, except leave enough room for doubt in your account that it won't look too bad if the caravan turns up. I mean, we could do that, but that's calculating devious. But demand 2,000 dinars instead. I could get 2,000? Really? Whoa, okay. Yeah, we might want to do that. We might want to do that. Increase relationship with notables, decrease relationship by this guy. You know what? 2,000. I'm going to take the 2,000, thanks very much. That is what we're going to take. Thank you, thank you. That's very, very good. What about this guy? What about this fellow? Is he actually any good? Is he any good? Nope. All right. Not going to be taking him. But still, yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Nevertheless, you know, he's okay. We're going to just sell everything else that we can here. That's another 600. I believe... Yep, we are 2 renown away. 2 renown away. I wish there was a tournament. Is there actually going to be a tournament in here, or is there a tournament somewhere? Nah, it's probably going to be somewhere on the mainland, isn't it? Probably far away from Nordic territory for the moment. I could potentially go into the hideout here. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's try and see if we can fight all of these guys at once. It's highly unlikely I'm going to be able to get into the battle with every one of them. So I think we'll just take the 16. I guess that's going to be the only one that we can potentially find. It's going to be... we are 0.1 faster when it's daytime, but when it's nighttime, we are the same. So it's maybe going to be a little bit... Oh, no, we actually made it. Wow, okay. Pretty amazing there. There we go. And did we get... We got 1.5 renown. That is enough. 1.5 renown was enough to actually get us to the next clan tier. That is perfect. Now we can do some very, very cool things. I'm going to take tight formations and tactics here, and now we are going to become a vassal. Or should we say, not a vassal, but a mercenary. Shall we say a vassal 0.5? Yes. Not yet a fully fledged vassal, but a mercenary. Yes, indeed. Now, if I can just find some vassals to speak to, that would be great. Alright, so I'd like to enter the service. Yes, 200 whenever you defeat people. There we go. That's absolutely fantastic. There we are. So now, every single time we defeat anything, renown is going, well, influence and renown and all this wonderful stuff is going to be flowing. Money is going to be just pouring out of everyone's pockets into ours. It's going to be great. So we are just going to auto-resolve here. Going to be getting a load of extra loot as well. We got 2 influence for that. So 2 influence, not great, I gotta say. Obviously, that is literally the basic version of a looter party. It's really that simple. You know, it's really that simple. Now, all we're gonna do is I'm gonna be going off screen a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. It very much depends. If I find some bandits that are extremely, extremely powerful, then we are going to be fighting them together. But if I get a, random bandit party that's like 10 people, 15, 20 people, then I'm just going to fight them, auto-resolve it myself, and that's it. I'm going to be taking combat tips, though. Combat tips is absolutely fantastic. Very, very fun perk indeed. And we are now a mercenary. So what we're going to be doing is, well, we're apparently going to be at war against Britannia. That's kind of interesting. I'm not sure how that's going to work, considering they're so far away. And indeed, we have a trade agreement. We seem to have a trade agreement. I think there seems to be a trade agreement or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what this is. It says it expires in 2 days. Might be a truce. I think it might be the truce, actually. Yeah, so there might be a truce with these guys. And that's going to expire in 2 days. We'll see how that goes. And otherwise, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.